All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Don't Cry Now, Jake. All right. It's going to be entitled, Don't Cry Now, Jake. Now, I got inspired to do this lesson because of these two videos I'm getting ready to show you all. And pretty much within these videos, you're going to see these two Jakes pretty much breaking down in tears because they realize that they're about to be locked up for the crimes that they committed. All right. As you can see right here in the caption, it says 20-year-old YN breaks down after getting no bond for 2 counts of attempted murder. All right. And then you can see, you're going to see him start to break down once he realizes what his future is. And then in another video that I'm going to play for you all, another Jake is going to do the same thing, because I believe in that video, he was only 16 years old, but they charged him as an adult. All right. They charged him as an adult because I believe he committed murder as well. So the thing is, Jake would go out here, they would play the tough guy role, get to the point where they like, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting ready to eliminate or unalive this human being. And then as soon as they get caught, now they want to break down and start crying and do this and do that, start calling on mama and Jesus and so forth and so on, man. But this is judgment. You already knew what the consequences were before you went out there and did that bullshit, man. Point blank, period. So we're going to go ahead and play this video because I believe both videos are about 2 minutes long. So we're going to play them both. And then after that, we're going to grab a few scriptures, man. So let's get into it.
All right.
Taekwon Kelly reacting to a judge's decision not to give him bail Tuesday. Kelly appearing before a Richland County judge on several charges, including 2 attempted murder charges. Forest Acres police say he shot into a woman's car Monday afternoon after some kind of domestic dispute. There were 3 other people in the car. Several schools were locked down after police launched a manhunt for Kelly.
This is a prime example. You know, this guy was out on bail for another attempted murder. Everybody knows 9 times out of 10, if there's an attempted murder of a person, next thing his arrest is going to be a murder.
Private investigator Chandra Cleveland is talking about taking care of the community after Kelly, a 20-year-old repeat offender, again put people in fear.
We have to get back to a community. A community is someone that you know your neighbors.
Fortunately, no one was wounded Monday, and it isn't the first time Kelly's been accused of being involved in a violent situation. The 20-year-old was also charged in a mass shooting at the Meadow Lake Park in Colombia that wounded 9 young people during a prom party in 2023. Kelly faced gun and drug charges in that case and was later released on bond. Cleveland says the recent shooting is a reminder that things only seem to be getting more dangerous.
Especially if they are let out or they get a slap on the wrist for doing what they did with the powerful weapons that they used. Of course it's going to happen again. And next time they're going to make sure that they kill someone.
I think we're trying to stop it at the entry point of the pipeline, in essence. I think sometimes it's very difficult once they get in that cycle, in essence. You know, people for a long time have talked about the prison pipeline. So we know that education is an antidote.
Columbia Urban League President JT McLawhorn says more mentorships, more emphasis on academic excellence.
Yeah. So there you go, man. Here it is. He has 2 counts of attempted murder. 2. He went and tried to unalive somebody the first time. It didn't work out. And then he went right back out to try to do it again. And you heard the lady say, she was like, if they attempt to do it once, the next time it's going to actually be a charge for actual murder. All right. Because that's just within their spirit. As soon as they feel that that situation, as soon as they experience that situation where they know they can actually go out there and shoot at somebody, that Jay gonna be like, well, you know what, I could go out and do this again. All right, not thinking about what their future would be if they actually got caught, man. The thing is, a lot of these Jakes don't know when to just say no. A lot of them don't know how to be the, you know, what they call the bigger man. You don't have to get into these situations, man. You already know there's a lot of stupid niggas out here, man. All you got to do is just leave situations alone. And, you know, she was talking about building communities where a community is where you know who your neighbors are. Pretty much saying that you know that these people that you live around aren't dangerous. They're not tweaking out. They're not doing things to put your life in jeopardy. All right. But the thing is, it's not going to happen, man, because first of all, Esau is setting this place up so all of these wild niggas can go and live in these different areas. That's why you experience all of these projects being torn down. I remember when that shit happened back in Chicago. All right, when they tore down all of the projects and everything like that, and those niggas had to go somewhere. They had to go somewhere. Now look, they over here scattered across, you know, the whole city of Chicago, or they broke out and went to these cities outside of Chicago. All right. And that's why a lot of these other smaller cities are getting worse and worse, man, because of these niggas out here that was in these projects in a bigger city. So like I said, we not feeling sorry for none of them, man. We not feeling sorry for none of them. Here it is. You want to get into a situation so you can be the so-called tough guy. Then as soon as you get caught, you want to break down and cry and do all these different things, man. No, this is what you get. This is what you get, man. So we're going to play the next video real quick. All right, here we go. Hold on. So as soon as it starts, look at his face, man. Look at his face. It says, North Carolina 16-year-old boy cries for mama after being charged as adult for killing boy trying to assist his disabled mother. A boy is trying to assist his mother, and while he was doing that, this dude wanted to run up on him and unalive him, man. And unalive him. All right. And they charged him as an adult. And now he getting upset about that because now he's realizing what his future is going to be, which is him being behind bars for a very long time. The thing is, we already don't have no freedom here, man. So you got to take advantage of the 10% of freedom that you have. Jake don't realize how much that their life actually is not that bad until they realize they're in situations like this. As soon as they realize that they not going to be able to play their Xbox, they ain't going to be able to eat them Cheetos in the morning. They ain't going to be able to pick up that gun and do that shit again. Then that's when they realize that, oh shit, I'm going to be in this building pretty much for the rest of my life, man. Now they want to start breaking down and doing all that crying and all that bullshit, man. This is judgment. This is what you get. So let's go ahead and play the video.
The charges, he is ordered held without bond, pending indictment and grand jury. All right.
I love you, Baba. I love you.
Your Honor, his new court date is going to be February.
An emotional day in court for a 16-year-old charged with first-degree murder and the victim's family. Police arrested and charged Sean Simpson on Tuesday in connection to a deadly shooting over the weekend in Gastonia. The victim's family says they're happy their loved one's alleged killer is behind bars, but now two families are dealing with the loss of two lives. For the first time, the family of Zaquavius Dawkins came face to face with the teen charged with his murder.
It's affected everybody, even the neighborhood that he lives in.
Police charged Sean Simpson with first-degree murder after they say he shot and killed Dawkins on Sunday. Dawkins was walking to a store on North Chester Street to pick up items for his disabled mother when it happened.
He was sweet. He was kind. He would do anything for anybody. I mean, all you have to do is just say, Tank, will you go do this? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Family members say the two got into an altercation last year that they thought had been resolved.
For him to not be here today, we're all heartbroken. We're heartbroken.
During his hearing on Wednesday, Simpson became emotional while the judge read his charges and appointed him a capital defender.
I love you, Baba. I love you.
Dawkins' family says this is a painful reminder of the lasting impact youth violence has on a community.
We're out here doing big boy things, and this is what's going to happen. You got to suffer the consequences.
Exactly. You out here doing those big things, trying to, go out there and be the tough guy, man. Like I keep saying, going out there trying to be the tough guy. Here it is. They said that they got into this altercation a year ago, and they thought it was resolved. That dude that went and killed that dude held that grudge for 365 days. A whole year, man. A whole year. Just like I said earlier, he could have left that situation alone. Leave shit alone, man. Leave shit alone. But for some reason, that anger, and that's one of the things, man, these jakes out here, as soon as that anger gets inside of them, they don't know how to get rid of it. Just like that one video where that dude was choking out that guy because he got into that situation where he couldn't see his daughter or get custody or something like that. I forget exactly what the situation was about, but he went and pretty much tried to choke out that dude on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, one of those, and it didn't work. He said he already knew that he was going to jail and everything like that, but he wanted to kill him live, and he didn't even kill him, man. Didn't even kill him. He wanted to go ahead and show how tough he was, you know, show people that, hey, this is what happens when you mess with the wrong people or whatever. Now look, he locked up. He ain't getting out, man. You could have left that situation alone. And that's, like I said, that's one of the things where they don't want to realize that. Got into an altercation a year ago, and then something clicked inside of you to the point where you was like, you know what? No, I'm not done with this dude. So you went and caught him, quote unquote, slipping. And then after that, you unalived him. And now, as soon as you got caught, now you want to say, I love you, mama, start breaking down, crying, because you got charged as an adult, meaning that you about to be behind those bars for a while, man. Now you want to cry and do all these different things. But you heard them say within the video, the other family was happy that he got locked up, man. As they should be. As they should be. Got to get rid of these jakes, man. And that's exactly what the Lord is getting ready to do. So let's, hold on. So that's exactly what the Lord is getting ready to do. The Lord is getting ready to put Jake in a place, man. Because they don't know how to act out here. So let's get Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children and have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. They don't know how to do good at all. They would literally hold these grudges, go out there and be in these streets, trying to get some type of reputation, trying to build some type of image. And then the next thing you know, they get themselves in situations where they over here shooting at people. And then as soon as they get caught, now they want to break down and start crying. Now they want to plead and do all these different things and yell out and fall on the floor and whatever the case may be. Nah, nigga, that's what you deserve. Don't be crying now, man. You already knew what the consequences were if you were to go out there and be a part of that lifestyle. So they're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge, man. No knowledge. 2/3, like I said, is getting tired of 2/3. It's everywhere, man. It's like that video I did with Jake shooting up the fine dining restaurant. Like, damn, the only black-owned fine dining restaurant, and they went over there and shot it up, man. Shot it up. He was like, man, I'm not doing this shit no more. He said, I'm not even going to even try to rebuild it. He said, I'm done. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You niggas don't deserve anything, man. Let's get Romans chapter 1, verse 28. It says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. All right. So you got to understand, when Jake goes out here and do all these reckless acts, this is the Most High putting those demons inside of their head, man, because he wants them to end up in these situations. This is the Most High working so he can judge them at the end. All right. Because we didn't follow the commandments, statutes, and laws. That's why it says, even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge. So pretty much, like it says in Hosea 4 and 6, all right, says, my people rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, right? It says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So the Most High was like, okay, well, since you don't want to go out there and do what I told you to do, this is how I'm gonna make you live. And he gonna checkmate your ass. Verse 29, it says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters. Jake loved to boast, man. Jake loved to boast. You hear that a lot in these rap songs, all right? They'll go out here and kill one another, sell drugs to one another, and they'll boast and brag about it. Yeah, man, I got these many bodies. I did this, I did that. I'm getting money, so forth and so on. And they'll boast about it, man. Inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, man. Disobedient to parents. That's why the Most High is not going to discriminate in these last days either. Kids going to get it too, man. These kids understand, all right? Once they get to a certain age, what, 7, 8, 9 years old, man, 10 years old, they understand what life is about. You able to talk, you able to walk, you able to start learning how to read. All of those things, man. You know what it is. That's why the Most High has certain laws for children. Because it's a law out there. If a child is lazy and continues to be lazy, the Most High said completely just get rid of his ass. He's in the way, man. Get rid of him. Point blank, period. And yes, whoopings are allowed. This generation tells you you can't give your child a whooping. This generation tells you if you do some type of discipline to your child, more than likely the parent is gonna get locked up, man. The scriptures say beat him on the sides. It's written in the book of Sirach. It says not like that, but bend him down and beat him on the sides, man. That's what it says. Verse 31, it says, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. That's what it is. Jake loves to do wickedness, man. And they said these things are worthy of death. Death, man. So when you get locked up, that's kind of a sign of the Most High showing you mercy a little bit, because you never know what can happen while you up in there. The Most High could have something happen where you can get out of that. All right, but majority of the time, look, the Most High, especially in these last days, the Most High not playing around, man. He just like, nah, look, it's about to be kingdom time. We got to get rid of these wicked niggas out here, man. These wicked spiggers and these wicked niggas. We got to get rid of them, man. He said, my kingdom is about to come, and I ain't about to have that. Point blank, period. So this is the key word right here in verse 29. It says murder. Since they didn't want to have the Most High in their thoughts and in their hearts, their minds, this is what the Most High gave them. He gave them these unclean spirits to do things as far as unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder. All right. The Most High is like, okay, well, since you don't want to have the Holy Spirit upon you, I'm going to put a wicked spirit upon you so you can go out there, do what's wrong, and then I'm going to get you. Most High is cold, man. The Most High is cold. This is why we keep trying to tell you niggas to stop playing around, man. Stop playing around. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, and we're going to go to verse 11. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them, man. You heard them crying and doing all these things, falling on the floor and all of that, because they realize what their future is about to be. The Most High like, oh, well, this is what you get. The Most High like, no, you ain't gonna be able to escape this. If the Most High wants you to get locked up, he gonna make sure you get locked up. If the Most High wants you to be put to death, he gonna make sure you are going to be put to death, man. Verse 12, it says, then shall the cities of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, that they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. And this is what they're doing now. You already know they was calling on Jesus. They was calling on their mama. They was calling on whoever to get them out of the situation. But it's not going to happen. It says, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have you set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or a prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. This is why when we see things like this, we don't feel bad. The Most High told us, don't cry for them, don't sigh for them, don't pray for them. He was like, no, they deserve this. That's why when you heard in the second video, the other family was like, yeah, we glad that the killer got locked up. Yeah, they need to learn, man. They need to learn. Now they literally gonna have to wake up every day in a jail cell next to a whole bunch of dudes that's ready to do whatever it is that comes to mind to them, man. And they're gonna have to deal with that for years. Years. They're going to bug out, man. They already bugging out. They bugged out before they even got in, all the way in the penitentiary. So the Most High said, therefore, pray not for this people. We not going to pray for y'all. This is why this is the only people we pray for is the hopeful elect, man. That's it. If you ain't trying to get this knowledge, we not thinking about you, man. We going to leave you alone. This is not a thing where we forcing this knowledge upon you. If you come across this truth that you don't want to hear it, that's cool. That is cool. That is cool because it's not for everybody. It's only for the elect. Go ahead and live your life. Because if you see Jake acting like this just from getting locked up, imagine what they're going to start doing when Jacob's trouble begins, man. Let's get one last scripture to close it out. Let's get Proverbs 1:22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. How long are y'all going to live this simple life, man? How long are you all going to go out there and be children? How long are you going to realize that the shit that you getting yourself into was not worth it? When? When are you going to grow up, man? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out mine hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. The Most High is going to laugh. He's not going to cry for you. He's not going to sigh for you. He's not going to pray for you. He's not going to deliver you. He said, he's going to laugh at your calamity. He's going to mock, make fun of you when your fear comes, man. Because the Most High sent his prophets out here to give you the warning. For a long time. For a long time. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. The apostles been out here since the 70s, man. The 70s. It's 2025. Ain't no excuse. When your fear cometh as desolation, your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all of my reproof. They hated it, man. They hated this word. Because we always go into videos like this, man. Because these scriptures is for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So we got to show you all your sins. One of the first things you think about when you think about Jake doing wrong is that street life. Because that's one of the main things that Jake gets into. Because that's one of the ways that they can get publicity. They can get their quote unquote respect. They can make money from it. And they're attracted to that lifestyle, man. Because it makes them look like something. It makes people think that they should be, people become afraid of them, you know? It makes them feel like a bigger person just because they live this dangerous lifestyle. And they just like, man, we shouldn't mess with him. And you already know how these females get nowadays when they see thugs. When they see thugs, they're like, yeah, I want to get with that. And then as soon as they get with that and they realize there's no future in it, then they want to get upset and be mad about what their future is. All right. So at the end of the day, one of the main things that we always point out, we tell you niggas, stop living that street life. We keep telling you, stop living the street life. Do what you got to do. Just go out, get a job. I know, you know, the curses is upon us and it's difficult. It is difficult to live here, but you just got to deal with it, man. Our captivity is almost up. Just deal with it. Just go out, get a regular job. Be thankful for what you got and just call it a day. But like I said, Jake has this thing where he needs to be known. He needs everybody to know who he is. So he gets that by doing wickedness. And look what it gets him. Verse 31, it says, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And this is exactly what we're trying to do on an everyday basis, man. We're repenting daily. We're crying to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, not Jesus or Mama. All right. We're crying to the true Lord and the true power. So then that way we can dwell safely during Jacob's trouble and during times of right now. It's a blessing to be able to go to work, go to the grocery store, or go out to the gym, or go out to, wherever you want to go for that day, and then be able to come back home that same night and fall asleep. That's a blessing, man, because we living in hell. We living in hell, man. Anything can happen. Anything. Because we living around demons. So at the end of the day, when we see videos like this, with him crying, where that face at? Yeah. When we see shit like that, hey, we don't feel bad for you. We don't feel bad for you. Oh, we gonna feel bad because you got charged as an adult? Technically, that's what you are. As soon as Jake is done with puberty, you are a man. As soon as a woman reaches her flower, she's a woman. And that can happen at an early age. You've seen people, especially Jake, who went to college and graduated from college, man, at the age of like 15, 16 years old. That's been happening for a long time. So it's no excuse. Yeah, you are an adult. They don't look at you as an adult in this society, but in the actual real world that's getting ready to come, no, you're an adult, man. So when we see things like this happen, and we get, we read the story first. We don't just be like, oh, look, he got locked up. Let's make a video about him, and put him on blast. No, we not doing that, man. We'll look into the story, see what happened. And then we realize that he was at fault. Now we gonna make this video for edification, showing you how gone our people are. Point blank, period, man. So I just want to bring that out because, when we see videos like this, it does piss you off. I remember Apostle Tahar and a whole lot of all the brothers, man. It was like, yeah, Esau, definitely, he's number one on the list. But he was like, man, don't be surprised, man. We get that power. We hop over Esau to get you niggas, man. Because we hate y'all almost just as much. We getting tired of it, man. Here it is, we supposed to be able to feel a little bit comfortable around our own people, but we can't even do that. So now we trying to move around to other nations because they live in better neighborhoods, but look what that gets a lot of us too. Can't go anywhere, man. We can't go anywhere. So at the end of the day, yeah, dudes like him, hey, oh well. Oh well, suffer that judgment, man. Anybody that's listening to these videos, not just mine, of course, but all the brothers, the apostles on down, hey, take heed, man. Most High not bullshitting, man. He is not playing around. So I hope this edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Quadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratzazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.